All right. Checking out this tower, and then we're turning around to Fior. Give or take. I feel like there's got to be a fast travel point around here. I see an Audra camp over there, too. Oh, there we go. Never mind. This is good enough. Ranger headquarters.
Towers for Fior's Rangers. It's where they stand around and argue about the best route to Shatterscarp.
Alright, well, they seem like they could maybe use some help. Though, now that I know it's the Ranger headquarters... Yeah, I guess I'll see what they want.
We'll get to the bottom of this. Not sure how, but we'll get there.
See, my current thought process is I probably should have gone to the city, and then they'd be like, oh my god, there's so many things going wrong. Like, the Rangers, we can't get in contact with them. If only someone could go help with them.
I agree that this is important, Masoni. But if we don't focus on hunting, people will starve.
How is a potential murderer in our ranks not your top priority? You don't think it's real, is that it? You think I'm jumping at shadows?
Tap foot impatiently. Hello? I'm standing right here. No, look, the gods gave us instincts for a reason. You should trust your mans.
Masoni here is an able ranger, but he sees conspiracies in every missed watch and errant footprint.
I've been right before. Remember when those revenants went missing and we found Vitor and Ulrask vivisecting them in a cave?
I'm not saying it's impossible, Masoni. Only that more immediate dangers require our attention. We'll talk about it later.
Meanwhile, someone's tearing us apart from the inside.
Well... if something's stalking your man, you won't find anyone better to investigate than me.
I'll vouch for the envoy. She knows her way around the wilds.
What interest does Adir have in Fior's affairs? We've survived without your sainted help for this long, and we don't need you now.
The land wasn't trying to kill us before. These are desperate times, Captain. You must see that.
We've suspected the killer among our ranks for several days, but there hasn't been time to investigate.
There hasn't been time? A traitor in your ranks is serious.
I told you I'll do it.
And lose my best hunter to whatever might have taken Monato and Verano? Absolutely not. I cannot risk you, Masoni. We've had to redouble our hunting to feed Fior, and the bandits and Zarips are running us ragged. Every ranger we lose brings us closer to starvation.
Well... what makes you think there's a murderer among your rangers?
Two of our best, Monato and Verano, have failed to report back. Neither of them would fall easily to creatures they faced 100 times before.
Monato is the most skilled tracker we have, and Verano is our most accomplished archer.
I've heard of Monato. He hunted the Black Padfoot a few months back. That thing was impossible to track, but he did it.
You really think one of their own would betray them?
The only threat they wouldn't be prepared for would come from someone they trust.
As if that weren't enough, my rangers spotted a stranger near town this morning. They kept to the shadows, wearing some kind of mask.
Okay, well... could Verano and Monato have been taken by the Dream Scourge?
I've wondered the same thing. It would be the most plausible explanation.
That would be a blessed shame.
That's the real reason you don't want to investigate, isn't it?
Monato and Verano are my friends. I don't want to see them like that.
But this is why I think they were killed. Neither of them had the symptoms, the disorientation, the aggression. It just doesn't add up.
I'll keep that in mind.
Tell her about Durso and Casagrada.
All right, Envoy, if you really want to get involved. Two of my rangers have been acting strangely since the others disappeared. Rangers Dorso and Casagrada.
I ran into them.
That's a powerful accusation to make. I know you rangers are a tight bunch.
Would they really turn on their own brethren?
Both are good people, but they're connected with my missing men. And they haven't been particularly forthcoming.
Alright, well, what makes you suspicious of them?
Casagrada has the makings of a good ranger, but he's green. Headstrong.
And quick to anger.
I've seen the type. Rash and proud.
Perfect. Young, strong, and too stupid to know everyone else knows more than he does. Like a yearling splint wolf.
Right. Lately he's been pushing to patrol alone. Says he works better that way. But he's not ready yet.
Then his partner, the veteran Verano, doesn't return with Casagrada from their last foray, and Casagrada has fuck all to say about it?
I can see why you suspect Casagrada.
He's a good sort, or he used to be. But he acts first and thinks later. That gets him and Verano into trouble.
What can you tell me about Dorso?
Dorso is a veteran. She came up with Monato and Verano, but she's younger than them, and an uncommonly talented tracker. Monato was her partner. They had a falling out over something to do with your people, Envoy, and shortly after, Monato disappeared.
She's been distant ever since. Doesn't pipe up much in meetings or come out to the bar.
Nursing a grudge is one thing. Turning on your squad mates is another.
You don't turn on your partner without a blessed good reason. They've probably saved each other's lives 1,000 times.
Dorso's also one of the few with the skills to take Monato down, so we can't rule her out.
Alright, and what happened between Dorso and Monato?
You'd have to ask her.
She doesn't talk about it, not even with the other veterans. I feel like she blames us, but I don't know what for.
Well, that's okay. I'll go talk to them, I
I've
guess.
moved Dorso and Casagrada to posts just outside Fior. I haven't explained why, but Dorso's probably figured it out. Speak with them, and follow any leads they might turn up. I'm still not convinced either of them is a murderer, but...
It's better to be sure.
Well, thank you for trusting with this.
You're not the ally we expected to find, but I appreciate it all the same.
Watch yourself in the wilds, Envoy. And Godspeed.
I can't think of much worse than turning on your squad, except having to suspect your own people. We should help them.
Agreed.
I'm glad you agree, Mars. Yes, we'll go talk with them. Well, we ran into Casagrada, but I don't think we ran into the other person, Dorso. Where is Dorso? Ooh, oh, that's the companion quest. We knew of that one. You know, oh, okay. There's a good chance Dorso is either inside of the city or at the front gate.
Keep the beacon dry. Fresh wood and tinder. We may need it.
I'm not climbing up there. The tower's barely standing.
That tower is a clear view of the mountains, the city, and the sea. You'll defend it with your life.
I can do the job. I can climb up. I was gonna do it anyways, because I was kind of hoping for loot. I think I fought down there before. No, actually I haven't. And I see a purple loot box. Or body. Letter to Captain Bella. Captain Bella, thank you for sending the additional liquor supplies. While I'd never complained myself, the others were shivering in their armor when the chill set in, especially Ariel. He's young and fresh to the Sentry's Guard, and I know a little fire in the belly would do him good. Sincerely, Officer Jasu. I mean, does alcohol really help with the cold? Doesn't it just make you feel warmer, but in reality it's thinning out your blood, so you're, like, temperature-wise actually getting colder faster? I don't know the science behind it. Okay, hold on. Before I do that, is there a little bit more to climb up? Ooh. Oh, one of the fragments is up here.
Looks like that broke off or something. Wonder where it goes.
Idol of Violent Rebellion. Increases your damage against skull enemies. Holding this idol reminds me of every time someone in a position of power gave you an unjust order or treated you with prejudice. Wow. It's gonna be Audra. Yep. Ooh, it's actually awakened Audra. I accept that a little bit more. I'm sure I'll feel the same way about awakened Audra in chests eventually. But that's the first one we've got. So it can be treated special. Hold on, let me actually take a look at the land. So there you got Firo, Messaverno, the cities, some random, I assume, spider and sporling infested cave area. Or it could just be an outcrop with people. That way leads over to the river, another side of the area. There's like a random house kind of out by itself to the north. Potential caves along the area. That hurt me? That's so odd. Sentry Journal. Week 1. I've managed to find a corner the others don't care for. I begged the outgoing sentry officer not to leave me alone with Jasot and his idiot friends, but he just laughed and told me to play nice with the other children. Week 2. Today, Jasot tried to trigger the trap by the stairs as a joke while I was trying to get by. I still can't feel my ankles. Asshole. The captain should have never sent the extra rum. Week 3. I'm finally getting out of here. Jasot and the others haven't been sober in 3 days. Captain Bell is pulling us off guard duty. Something about food rations. The crop must be bad for Vidar to go that far, but I'd rather starve than hear Jasot sing another renditions of Drink Down Deep. Was this where they were keeping their alcohol? It's like a general storage room. Okay.
One moment.
Sentry order. All tower sentries are to vacate their posts at the Western Watchtower to support with food rationing in Fior Messaverno. Report back to the sentry office for further instruction. Francesca Poria, Sentry Captain. Well, hopefully nothing takes advantage of that. Treasure map. It'd be neat if that actually, like, could lead to somewhere if we looked around hard enough, but that doesn't look like a place in the land. Found one idiot's backpack. Hey, Postanago, you left your pack at the Bone and Boar last night. The next time you wander home after just one more drink, don't forget your gear. Anyway, I hid it under some scrap wood behind the tower. Though not before I swipe that money you owe me. I might have already gotten it. Nope, here it is. Excuse me? Jesus. Thank you for the loot. I want to check something. How fast can I attack with wands now? Jesus. Because that's another thing I have in consideration. Is what if I just grab a wand and use it with my pistol instead? It was nice at the beginning. It was a nice way to make up for how slow the pistol reload was at the beginning.
Do you think that Dream Scourge is contagious?
Oh, it
Now,
is.
considering it infects plants and animals and people, not necessarily in that order, yes.
What if I cover my mouth?
Couldn't hurt.
That's true. Might help out. Though considering it also like grows like fungus on the people's skins when they're infected, yeah, it might not work at all. Yeah, sadly, one issue with wands is that they're kind of a different path in the upgrade tree. Right, I would have to go to wizard, and then the wands would have to get powered up in here. Wand mastery for the damage, and then you can make it like bounce and stuff, or do like power attacks. But then at that rate, I'd rather just be casting regular magic. What does it look like in first person? Fucking ridiculous is what it looks like. Okay. Let's go do this murder mystery.
Keep quiet.
Oh, wow.
On now.
That's nuts. Okay, so that's definitely out of range of like my max damage. Yeah, honestly, my Nova range isn't too bad.
They're behind you.
Fireball. Ugh. Whoops. Entangled the Conjurer.
I got it.
Can I use... Yeah, whatever. I'm trying to see if I can use the fire shooting command mid-combat, but I don't think I can.
Come and get this. Everyone okay?
Why isn't this going away? Yeah, shoot. I know I picked up the fragment. Jesus, that was a lot of armor. I didn't realize that was what was really weighing me down. You think this Pargrun Waystation could have the cache mentioned on the map. This was a lot of enemies in one place. How do I get in there? Oh, there's a unique in there as well. I might have to go underground. I'm not really seeing any ways to climb around. At least not comfortably. Fuck. That'd be parkour, damn it. Alright, I'll check out this cave over here. So was this some kind of like mine? It is Pargrunin. Oh, I can jump from there to there. Yeah, I can see dwarves using this area previously as like a little camp to mine for ores. Because I'm pretty sure dwarves in this are like the typical dwarves. They're good at blacksmithing and doing mining stuff, and maybe some of them like to live underground. Although maybe not that part. Emerald Splitter. Power attacks deal high poison accumulation. 20% damage against primordials. It looks fucking cool. Neat. I think that's all that was in here. Well, it did end up being a unique item. That's nice. It's also nice to see us finding unique items that have like 2 levels already. So only gotta level them once before they're ready to be upgraded to the next tier. Alright. I will make my way to camp. Or, sorry, not camp. Camp would be that way, technically. We'll make my way to the city gates.
You don't think the Claviger died alone in the strangle route?
Why? Don't you?
And the ambassador just found him? He just happened to be dead?
I hadn't thought about it. But now that you bring it up...
There's more to it, I'm telling you. The Adirians are hiding something.
Hey, I'm an Adiran.
Envoy! Hello!
Are you sure it's her?
How many other godlike have come through lately? What can we do for you?
Look, you shouldn't believe everything you hear, you know?
Now that she's here, maybe she can...
You went in to save the Claviger, didn't you? What did you see?
I fought a bear overtaken by the Dream Scourge.
That's terrible. Thank the gods you survived.
They say your ambassador was standing right by the body. Is that true?
I did wonder how he'd stayed safe with all the bears around. I don't think he's a murderer, but he might be an opportunist. I mean, that is kind of where I fall. The ambassador was as lost as I was.
So, it didn't seem suspicious to you?
Then you were killed too, though. Oh, that can't be a coincidence.
Okay, you did give me that one. Look, yes and no. The assassins were insurgents from Paradise.
Now Paradisian rebels are involved in this?
Thanks for stopping by. She'll be chewing on all that for days.
Yeah, sorry, I didn't mean to make it worse, actually. I was hoping to clear things up. Instead, I just added more information to their rumor pool. But at least that gets some of the attention off of the adherents. I am, like, partly suspicious of the ambassador. How he was able to survive while Claviger wasn't. You know, I don't think he killed the Claviger, but he could have, like, pushed him towards the bear and then ran while he was getting eaten.
That's all of them.
Let me look at the tutorial prompt real quick about loot. Okay, so ingredients are like this vine leaf. Consumables are just like sprouting out of the ground. And then throwables are like the ball thing. That one I had already kind of like internalized. Which is why sometimes I've just walked away from picking them up. I'm not actually like... I don't think I combine throwables at all. Sporling research log. Only rarely do sporlings venture out of the wild and so close to Kith settlements. Something must have agitated them. Not our equipment, surely. It's been around for years. Perhaps the essence is to blame, as Gyata suggests. Still, I would like to closely observe the sporlings. We know so little about their behavior, and this is a good opportunity to learn. I mean, I didn't see a dead body, so maybe this person observed and then got away. I feel like they probably just died, though. Yeah, I was looking at the tutorial again just to kind of like get an idea of what I'm picking up on the compass. I'm seeing how much I'm getting from the scavenger perk. Because I haven't really felt it. I was hoping, when it said I was gonna get extra upgrade material, I was hoping it would mean like literally just like some random upgrade material of a similar type would end up in my inventory.
I'm not making.
Let me read it again. When picking herbs, occasionally receive an extra upgrade material. So that doesn't really fully define what the fuck I'm actually getting. Does it mean I just get double plants?
Picking it up?
You're not still on about that, are you?
Me? Why do you keep insisting I have to be wrong? What about you? You're the envoy. Of all people, you should know.
About what?
I was out hunting for springberries yesterday evening when I saw a group of soldiers in the woods. I didn't linger long. I didn't want them to notice me, but they were adhering. I'm sure of it.
Did you see any sign of a camp?
Oh, none. It's like they came out of thin air. Granted, I didn't look too hard, but I also saw the most unusual woman. She was alone, but I couldn't see her face behind the cowl and mask.
Yeah, that would be Inquisitor Ludwin. Keep your distance from her.
An Inquisitor? Here? In Emerald Stair? What did I tell you?
Barrett's bells, give it a rest.
I wouldn't have taken Ludwin for a walk in the woods type, but who knows?
I mean, what else is she gonna do around here? She's gotta walk between the places. I don't think we have, like, teleportation gates, really. Though, there there's been a little bit of talk about teleportation in this. I just haven't heard anything that leads me to believe that Inquisitor Ludwig would be teleporting from place to place, especially not with Animancy technology. She would think all of this is heresy. I'm gonna go check out Ranger Cassandra first. I feel like out of the two, he was the least likely to be like a murderer. But we'll see. It's already happened a couple times in this game where like we went to one objective over another, and then that like I basically just had to do that one objective before it took me to the next step of the mission. So I'm trying to like play the meta game of not doing things in the wrong order that way. Sometimes I like getting all the information.
Boy, aren't you? It's the face. Gives you away. What can the Fjord Ranger's rising star do for you, Your Eminence?
Well, we're looking for a missing ranger. What do you know?
I don't know anything. This is all just a misunderstanding. Wait. You think I'm the killer, don't you?
I didn't say anything.
Listen to me. I didn't do anything wrong. Verano going missing isn't my fault.
You're really implicating yourself. Tell me what happened to Verano.
Verano should be back at headquarters any minute. He seemed to have things under control when we got separated. We were scouting out the abandoned homestead near Nakotedek when the bandits attacked us. I drew two of them away from the fight, and Verano and I got separated. When I doubled back around to check on him, I didn't see anyone. I assumed the fighting was over.
Why do I get the impression you're not telling me everything?
I've told you everything I know. No one else seems to believe me, so believe whatever you want.
Where can I find the bandit camp you were sent to scout?
Look for a bridge southwest from Fjord, near Nakotedek. Go west across the bridge and you'll come across the camp. There could still be bandits around there. Be careful.
All right, Cassandra.
For his partner, for both their sakes.
I agree with that. Okay, so what? I guess it's turning out that like we get one information from Cassandra. He sends us, or Casagrada. He sends us off to the west, and then Dorso might take us to somewhere else as well.
Ah, care to see my wares?
Yes. She's taking the opportunity to see what everyone has.
One moment.
Nothing in the well. I thought I heard the item sound for a second. Did I talk to the people in here? I don't have the opportunity. That's okay.
Looking for anything in particular? What you see is what we have.
What do you got? I know. I mean, she has Highly's talent if I get, like, desperate for upgrade materials, but we're fine. This is so many chickens. How can you say that people are running out of food when you haven't eaten all of your chickens yet? I bet they're not rotting, maybe. Though I would be scared of a zombie chicken.
You showed up at a bad time.
Okay. What's your fucking deal?
Word of advice, give a wide berth to the governor's manor. Giata's about to tear that poor man a new one.
Giata?
One of our animancers. She's bright as a spark, but a mite confrontational. She came storming up the hill with a wheelbarrow full of spoiled crops. Then the shouting started.
Animancers fighting? This I have to see.
This isn't the first time Giata's put the governor in his place, but it might be the last.
What are they fighting about?
Look around. The town's overgrown, the crops are dying. What's not to fight about?
Just take a blessed day look outside. Doesn't take a genius to see this place is rolling downhill.
The governor's manor is on the far side of town. You can't miss it. Just follow the sound of foul language.
I was hoping to learn some local curses.
Looking forward to seeing what it looks like when Animancers fight.
Hopefully I don't actually sling around any magic. But I'm not here for the city just yet.
Yeah, I pretty much brought that plague bear down by myself.
Did you now?
Captain Masoni said he'd never seen anything like it.
Oh, I bet.
Ranger Dorso.
Oh, envoy! You have to help me. If I have to listen to this twig of a recruit tell his stories for even one more minute, I'll probably die.
Then we should fix that problem right now.
Wonderful! Even a few seconds of talking to someone more interesting is like a breath of fresh air. It's great to meet you. Ranger Iziana Dorso at your service.
You seem awfully relaxed considering you're on duty.
I've been doing this long enough to know exactly why I was stationed here, and it wasn't for guard duty.
I want to like be coy about my questioning, but they're not giving me the chance. What can you tell me about Ranger Monato's disappearance?
Asierno really stooped to asking for help. How very unlike her. Frankly, I think she's overreacting to a late report. Monato might be our best tracker, but he doesn't put a lot of stock in patrol rotation, rest days, or Asierno's toothless protocols.
What's your read on Casagrada?
He's a competent fool. No different from most of our recruits. And this land is cruel. I give him 6 months, maybe a year.
What about Ranger Verano? Do you know where he's gone?
Verano and I are stationed on opposite ends of the valley. I hardly ever see the man except in passing. Casagrada is his partner, supposedly. You want to know more, ask him.
Okay, alright. Has Monato been acting strangely lately?
Monato's always been acting strangely. Most paranoid man I've ever known. Thinks everyone's out to get him. Me, you, your steel garrote. Gods only know why. But one thing's for sure. You won't find him if he doesn't want to be found.
We'll see about that. What's your problem with Asierno's protocols?
There's too many of them. Check in twice a day, sign the patrol roster, write your reports, keep up with the bulletin board, make sure the recruits are cleaning their gear.
Come on. You can't maintain a fighting force with shoddy equipment and poor discipline.
It's busy work. She says it's meant to protect us, but all of us took this job knowing it was dangerous. We should be out there killing the creatures attacking our farmers, not writing 5-paragraph essays on bandit movements.
You have a point.
Half of these kids can hardly read.
Well, I bet if you all stop to write reports, your reading and literacy rates might improve. Do you have any thoughts on where we could look next?
The last thing I heard was that Monato was going to scout out the ogre camp.
Ogre? Why haven't you gone there looking for him?
The Animancer struck a deal with Asierno. We're not allowed to go there. Why Monato was headed there is beyond me. But if you want to track down Monato, that would be the first place to look.
Where can I find the cave then?
From here, cross the northern bridge and follow the path west. The path will become a cobblestone road and pass through the swamp. You'll find a cave in the hillside. Should pick up Monato's trail around there.
Alright, well, I guess that's all I need.
Right. Watch your back out there, envoy. The Living Lands are a dangerous place.
Oh,
hopefully
yeah, we've realized that.
We can find some answers.
Okay, so it sounds like those are in two different directions. One south, one north. Oh yeah, holy fucking moly. I'm going into the town. If they had been a little bit nearer each other, I would have gone out here to find out, but this is like, that's the edge of the map for this area. I'm going into town. We're Animancy method Track. Sheesh. Back to the main story for a little bit. It doesn't hurt to check out the town too. Especially, I feel like the best time to be in this city is during the nighttime, where I can see the glow of all this Animancy magic. Wow. Captain Elfer?
The Emperor's envoy. Come to interfere in Steel Garrote business again?
What is wrong with you? I apologize, Captain Elfer. It wasn't my intention to interfere.
Remedy is apology. Stay out of Steel Garrote business and all will be forgiven. If you're here to speak with Vidaro, I'm afraid you'll find the governor is quite beyond reason. These Valians and their love of Animancy.
Perhaps the diplomacy should be left to diplomats, Captain. No. I'd suppose the Valians don't like Adirans telling them their own business. I'll say this. Animancy is dangerous. We need to rule it out as a factor in this plague.
Good. Perhaps he will listen to you. I am not fashioned for statecraft. Still, I think the governor is too stubborn to be persuaded even by the Emperor's finest. When diplomacy fails, the Steel Garrote will be ready to ensure the safety of Adiran interests.
Stare quizzically? No. What are you talking about?
We all have our part to play, envoy. Until later.
Right.
She's as subtle as a broadside.
Does subtle mean something different outside of Solus?
We're being snarky, Marius. Jesus. She just wants this place to get attacked by the Garrotes. That's scary. Oh, a bounty board. I'll check that in a second.
Can I interest you in some glaive berries or Barrett's bells, perhaps?
Let me see your wares.
Welcome to Poria in Velino, the finest legitimate apothecary of Emerald Stair.
What do you got? Oh. Holy shit. Well, I'm very interested. 5% attack damage, 30% maximum wand range, hits deal 10% shock damage. Not awful. I have the money. I could buy one of these. The only problem with these are none of these are like uniques. Grimoire of Storm, Jolting Touch, Blizzard, Crackling Bolt, Returning Storm. Grimoire of Sparks is Jolting Touch, Grimoire Snap, Spirit Lance, Missile Salvo. Grimoire of Rhyme, Blizzard, Bristling Frost, Blast of Frost, Freezing Pillar, a lot of ice. And then I can just get this, which would be an upgrade over my current one. I'll wait. I'll wait. There are other stores for me to check out in this town, and if I could potentially purchase a purple pistol, I think I'd prefer that.
And all godlike. I've heard whispers that one of your kind was here in the Living Lands. It is a pleasure to meet you.
Hello, hello.
In case it wasn't clear, I'm the point of contact for anyone with bounties to turn in. So return to me if you have any to claim.
What's your role in Fior Mesiverno?
Officially, I'm one of the many researchers here. My specialty is in the anatomy of the many species of Eora.
Then why are you here instead of researching?
If you must know, Vulpinet, these bounties are more pressing than my research. Someone had to be chosen to man the board. That person happens to be me. At least some of these bounties result in interesting specimens to study.
Okay, I'll
Ahora
return when I've
Tagori.
done the bounties.
Hope to see you soon.
Let's see. Bounty Beldarino. Looks like a rock ruinous thing. Let's see. Reward will be given for killing the Earth Blight known as Beldarino. A number of rangers and settlers perished in a natural disaster. Now their souls are bound together in agony, incarnated as the Blight. Please put them out of their misery. Ooh.
Oh, those poor souls. Please bring them peace, Aimika. Becoming part of a blight is not a fate I would wish upon my worst enemy.
Yeah, that sounds pretty awful. The Trantons. Attention, reward be given for killing the notorious Tranton bandit gang, located in the Western Forest. These outlaws are responsible for a number of raids on outlying farms. Someone needs to ensure that these raids end for good.
Oh, the Trantons. A bunch of butzos, if you ask me.
Butzos.
But they are dangerous, I'll admit. Watch yourself out there.
Or we'll deal with them. Old Nuna. A reward will be given for killing an ancient and dangerous bear that has taken up residence within the grotto. Some citizens familiar with the region's history recognize this bear as Old Nuna, a beast responsible for the deaths of many rangers. Well, it's also got Death Scourge.
Old Nuna. I have a theory that her longevity and hardiness are due to an inordinate suffusion of essence.
And then possibly having her soul corrupted. Delimgan. A reward will be given for killing a group of Delimgan within the Western Forest. They have been acting more aggressive lately, attacking rangers on patrol and researchers out in the field.
Ah, those Delimgan. They are not evil, it is just in their nature to push back against the expansion of civilization. Still, survival of the fittest and all that, ne?
Oh yeah, hey, if they can't survive when they get pushed back, they shouldn't be doing the pushing in the first place. Fletchia's dispatch. Wanted, Sansa, a cartographer in Paradise, has reported his assistant, Fletchia, missing in the Emerald Stair. A reward will be offered for the return of Fletchia's cartographic notes. Below is her last correspondence, posted to provide clues to her whereabouts. Good day to you, Sansa. I hope this letter finds you well. I am pleased to report new progress on my charts of the Emerald Stair. I have taken up near a curious ruin that the locals call Naku Terek. Godless, perhaps? I will note it. Such architecture I have never seen. I know I should be diligent and focus on my work, but I cannot help worrying that my presence here is a burden. Though the Fiorans welcomed me warmly, it is clear they have fallen on hard times. I hope to finish quickly. I am yet another mouth to feed. Kind regards, Fletchia. Oh, you don't have anything to say about that one? Okay, alright. I mean, that one's not too far away. That one is just over here in the Naku Terek grounds. Zarips! Oh my god, what a picture. A reward will be given for killing the Zarips that have taken up residence at the abandoned farms northwest of Fior. If those farms are ever to be reclaimed, the Zarips will need to be driven away from the land. Alright, and that's going to be... oh, up here, rather than this other Zarip camp. Well, at least we got something on this side. Everything wants me to go super west. And that we'll just have to wait. Hello!
Would you care for a refreshment?
What kind of refreshments you got?
If you are looking for sanctuary, you have found it. The Gifted Magpie is a house of calm, rational discussion. We have only 2 rules of conduct. Maintain dignity and speak in a soft tone of voice.
Oh, I see. Is something going on around here?
To put it gently, yes. Giata Castel is giving our governor a piece of her mind, loud enough to rattle the windows.
That's surprising.
Animancers are miracle workers, but their work breeds obsession, rivalry, and bitter disagreement.
You must see a lot of animancers around here.
Their anxiety keeps me in business.
I bet.
This tea house is where troubled minds come to approach problems from a quieter angle.
Sounds like you're running a public service.
Fior Mesiverno values individualism, but I much prefer to focus on the health of the community. Now, will there be anything else?
Why is this place called the Gifted Magpie?
Believe it or not, this building was once my father's grain warehouse. One day, a magpie landed on the rafters and spoke fluent Valian to anyone who would listen.
That's incredible. That's ridiculous. No, it didn't. What did it say?
Among other things, it told my father the recipe for a blueberry tart. Popular item until the recent troubles. Helia is the goddess of birds and creativity. Yes, the spiritual significance of a talking magpie is debatable. But the tale inspired others to make this a haven of creativity. And so, here we are.
What happened to the magpie?
Who knows? Either it flew away on bad business, or it was just a metaphor to begin with. A good story knows where to end itself. The bad ones all end in grief.
I feel that. Well then, can I order some tea?
Regrettably, we are out of tea.
What the fuck?
My stockpile is exhausted, and the harvest has not kept up with demand. We have other goods for sale, if you care to peruse them. Trinkets I have collected over the years.
Yeah. Let's take a look at what you have. Alright. Ooh, 10% ability, negative 10% ability essence cost, which I assume means it makes them cost less. You also get shock damage. Not awful. If I were, the Palpatine kind of build. Treasure map, practical pockets. A good ranger is prepared for any challenge, but the best ranger has snacks on hand. Now that I have retired, I have no further need for my coat of many pockets. Use it in good health, though mind the crumbs and the smell of cheese. Oh, that looks like it's just right next to the ranger tower. Wow. I'll have to remember to check that out later.
Welcome back to the Gifted Magpie. What'll it be?
Alright, no, I don't have the option. I want it to be like no tea at a tea house.
Until next time, traveler.
Hard times indeed.
Come on. My invention is guaranteed to enlarge your essence.
Ooh, I want my essence to be enlarged.
A moment of your time, my friend. Tell me, what do you know about your soul?
Well, I'm a godlike, so I've got some divine heritage.
Wrong.
Oh.
Your soul is an ancient, wondrous thing, suffused with lifetimes of rich, delicious memory. But it's tired, my friend, heavy with the burden of generations and too weak to survive another turning of the wheel.
That's probably not true. And how much do I pay you to lighten my soul?
That's the beauty of it. The first treatment's on the house. The moment you entered the city, I calibrated my invention to the highest setting and attuned it to your soul.
Wow.
So tell me, how do you feel? Better already, huh?
I feel fine, I guess.
Of course you do. That's what healthy feels like. Do remember to tell your friends about all the benefits of Animancy. Enjoy your soul.
Wow.
Hope you don't start seeing other people's past lives or anything.
I was hoping I actually was willing to let myself be experimented on here for a potential buff.
Don't listen to those charlatans in the workshop. The essence enlarger is 100% legitimate.
Well, then let me do a little purchase and verify this. Whoa. Damn, someone put a mattress on the roof. That's kind of comfy. It would be a nice place to look up at the stars, minus the constantly glowing lighthouse there. But it's pretty in its own way.
Spirits are truly wonderful, powerful, self-aware, and rich with insight.
Insight, you say?
Indeed. The spirits have access to lifetimes of knowledge.
A little knowledge would do me good right about now. A pity I must wait until I'm dead.
According to the Wheel of Life, you've probably been dead a lot of times already. Or at least your other versions. Frustrated scrawl. Souls are made of essence. Essence is made of... question mark? Why are hostile spirits visible to the naked eye? Undiscovered gods, mapping the beyond, soul compass. Is that something? How to hide our work from the gods. Tea? Soul tea. If I don't settle on a dissertation topic, my mentor's going to kill me. Well, I think all those topics were pretty good. I guess one thing you could do in that instance, if you're really struggling, is write out the information you have on each one with like an outline, and whichever one has the most stuff that you know about would be the one you write your dissertation on.
Careful! Or we'll get thrown out of the pub.
We're already thrown out.
Really? Huh. And when did that happen?
Can't say as I remember.
You, my friend, need some water.
I think you both need waters, fellas. Alright. There's one more merchant up here to the left. There's one here too, but it seems like that's going to be a bar. So I don't think it's going to have necessarily what I'm looking for.
Welcome to my fine establishment, Mika. Well, I was not expecting such an esteemed guest in my humble workshop. Are you in need of any weapons or armor? The roads haven't been safe as of late.
Well, what can you tell me about this metal?
Is that Gelarde? This is star metal. Very rare stuff. Where did you get this?
It was lying around somewhere.
Hey, don't tell me. I'd be tempted to go looking for some more, and that would certainly not end well.
Can you... well, what makes this metal so special?
Star metal is exceptionally dense. It weighs much more than one would think from its size. More fascinating, however, is that this metal is suffused with dormant essence. This makes it naturally susceptible to enchantment.
Can you do anything with it?
No. Unfortunately, I don't know how to work the metal into anything useful. Only enchant it.
Aw.
I did receive a shipment from Solace Keep recently, however. A mace crafted out of star metal, brought to me by a trader from Galawain's Tusks. I suggest you make your way there if you are looking for someone to work that beautiful metal into a proper weapon.
Galawain's Tusks? Come on, it can't be that complicated. I bet you 5 skates a Smith and Thirdborn would know what to do with this stuff.
I'll take that bet.
And I'll take your money, eventually.
Is there anything else I can help you with, Mika?
Do Animancers have much use for weapons and armor?
Nay, not really. But not all of us in Fjord are Animancers, you know. Besides humble craftsmen such as myself, we have the Rangers to outfit. Under normal circumstances, I'd not sell to a traveler like yourself. But as I'm sure you've seen, these are not normal circumstances. Care to see what I have?
Yeah. Wait, so you're not an Animancer?
Officially no. But I have been known to dabble with essence infusion here and there. I have one such item for sale, actually. A beautiful mace made of star metal. Crafted by the finest smiths of Solace Keep and enchanted by yours truly. It is a wonder to behold. Care to see?
Yeah, show me what you got. Alright. So I think he was talking about this lodestone. Power attacks deal low stun to nearby enemies, and it has 20% more stun. Which is kind of neat. Ooh, lockpicks. Yoink. He also has a bunch of purple gear. I'm tempted. I'm tempted for one of these. We haven't found a blue arquebus or blue bow in at all. So if I can just leap straight to the next level, sounds kind of nice. Though I'd be really sad to lose out on all that money. 9,000, holy moly. I'm gonna try it out. It's so much money. It's so much money. Let me sell stuff first. Maybe that'll make me feel better. Ow! I'll do it. I'll do it.
Ado, welcome to my fine establishment, Aimika.
And then we'll throw that on my back here. So what I'm hoping for is that this will just be like really like powerful, like in like one shot. So like when I'm staying further back from enemies, I can just focus on like boom, one shot, and then when I need to be doing like magic and then like bursts of damage, I can do the pistol instead. It is a not as cool as like a unique, and if I get a purple unique arquebus like after this, I'll be really sad, but I'm willing to try some things out, and I hope that doesn't screw me.
One job, and I couldn't even do that. Look out for her, Fidelio. How hard could that have been?
Another troubled Fioran? Is everyone in this city miserable?
Not everyone has the ranger captain breathing down their neck. I don't mean that. I have a lot on my plate.
Where's the rest of your squad? Shouldn't you be out on patrol?
I'd like to be. They're out searching. Someone had to hold down the fort. My two youngest rangers were supposed to report back from their rounds. I assumed they'd turn up. But it's been 3 days now. They're still not here.
Well, if you need them found, I'm at your service.
Praise Ilia. Their names are Belena and Adalaro. I doubt they'll be apart. They were good rangers once. But since they've caught each other's eye, all they do is sneak off to...
get to know each other, dip the pen in the inkwell, have relations, screw each other. Yeah, get to know each other.
I think they know each other very well.
Well, there's worse places to make the four-legged beast. I promise you that.
New recruits running off with each other? Oh man, this brings me back.
Anyway, I never thought I had any cause for concern. They always found their way back eventually, but they haven't this time. They're out there, all alone, and they could be in danger, and I...
You don't have to explain yourself. I'd be worried about my charges too.
The last time I saw them, I sent them to patrol the northern riverbed. If you go that way, please, keep an eye out for them? I'm losing my mind in here.
Two young Nemdutin wandering out by a river. Consider them found. Maybe we don't look too soon. Give them a while. Know what I mean?
Yeah, I'm not in a rush. I'm sure they'll be fine by the time we reach them.
Pour you a drink, good night.
Sure, hold on. Adelaro, my love, I want to see you again. What about our patrol tomorrow night? The woods will give us some privacy. Don't breathe a word to Iena, though. She went straight to the captain last time. Belena.
Well, I'll be a godlike in the bone and bore. Apologies for the ruckus outside. The Animancers never know when to shut their mouths.
What are they arguing about?
Our crop yield. The governor thinks we've just had a bad season, but the Koilichi and the Giata figure differently. They are the only Animancers taking the Dream Scourge seriously.
Well, what do you think?
You see this pub? No one here is an Animancer. We are Fiore's labor. Rangers, farmers, and the sentries. We've all heard the rumors from outside. Animals gone mad. Terror stalking the wilderness day and night.
Well, look, the stories are true. I've seen the Dream Scourge myself.
Birth's bells, of course. If Emerald Stair runs out of food, we are in dire straits anyway. We've had crops fail before, but never food rations. The governor says it's just a temporary precaution, but I am not buying it. So, we ought to drink while we can. Agreed? Anything I can get you?
Well, sure. I'll buy these 3 lockpicks to stir my coffee, I guess. He actually doesn't have any coffee on him. Wow. I'll take the grog then.
Welcome back. The crops are ruined. All of it.
Can anything be done?
Bly thinks I ought to give up farming, leave Emerald Stair.
And the Animancers are useless. You heard them arguing out there.
Mindless academics, the whole lot of them.
That's alright,
What'll it be?
we're gonna get the problem solved. Don't you worry. It just might take a while.
You ever think, what if I wasn't a ranger?
Of course. What would you do?
I'd be a flower picker. Ah, maybe a cow herder.
Oh, I know. A rum brewer. Be a rum brewer.
But I'd make no money.
And why not?
Because we drink it all.
Well, you know what they say. You just don't take in your product. You'd have to quit your little addiction. Or save it for later.
What's the meaning of